What do you think about when you see some of these matches? Like didn't they just have Jake Paul was gonna fight
Tyson?
What do you think about that shit, man?
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It's fucking dumb, I think.
Like, well, what are you expecting? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
Well, I think...
Because I thought that Jake Paul would have lost by now, even fighting these guys at some stage, but he keeps winning. Like, I know that they're not like in their prime or whatever, but the whole background was fighting.
That's a good point.
And he keeps like somehow pulling it out. Like if he pulls this one out, I don't care how old Mike Tyson gets. I'm not even fighting that guy until... Because he actually sat down on my show. He's fucking crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Like I felt I'm not fighting. Even if he's 70 years old, I'm not fighting him.
What, he just felt like he had that danger in him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
well, I
God.
asked him, what would you be if you weren't a boxer? He said, a fucking criminal, like stone cold my eyes.
Damn,
and I'm like, okay, nice. So
Wow.
yeah, if he pulls this one out, what do you think?
Well, Jake fought like Nate Robinson, who was like...
Nate should never have taken that fight.
Nate
It
should
tarnished
not-
his whole basketball career.
Right. It kind
He
of...
was a Knicks legend.
And it was just kind of like, oh, can Jake beat a black guy? That was kind of the ambiance of that when it felt like, and then people were shocked. But then he fought Woodley.
Which is tough.
Which is tougher, but Woodley has not been the same fighter he's been for years, and he hasn't been a good punch thrower.
What about Diaz? I thought Diaz was going to get the job done.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then Silva. Like I thought these guys are like some of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, like especially Silva.
Right. I mean, he picked great names, but then now he's kind of gone into boxing. He fought Fury.
Yeah, and he lost that. Okay, he lost that one, right? He lost to
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah, that's right. He lost to Tommy Fury.
And I think Tyson could be still a little bit better than... I would rather fight Fury than Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they had that Tyson against Jones Jr. fight a few years ago. Is that right? And it was just them hugging, basically. It was basically you paid $50 to watch two brothers hug. And, which I would do. I believe in, I want all my black friends to do well and everything. I believe in the community and the culture. But it's like, actually, yeah, I would actually pay $50 to watch two brothers hug for an hour. Like, that would be a great pay-per-view, but they billed it as a boxing match.
Yeah.
Jones was gassed out early.
Well, was Tyson gassed too?
Yeah, but they hugged so quick after any exchange,
Right,
it was hard to
They didn't
know.
want to like force it or risk it.
Yeah, it almost seemed like it was like a...
Does this hurt Tyson's legacy if he loses it?
I don't think so. I think his shit is so locked in.
Yeah, you think
that
so?
Now he's all... Yeah, I think it is.
Is it staged at all?
Now, that's the part I don't know. I don't know if Tyson's going to agree to say, hey, you can knock me out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So...
And because some of the weed can't even knock him out. Like, dude, that dude is taking on... Let's say
everything.
this. Yes, he fought Leon Holmes or whatever. But he's also fought, Purple Hooker 4.0 weed. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the strains are,
He gave me a box of it when I was in LA.
Did he really? Gassed out monster or whatever. They keep coming up with different flavors,
They got the ears too.
Kiwi prison and shit. And you're like, fuck, dude, this shit is fucking hard, dude. Detroit for your lungs is a new flavor. I'm like,
Detroit for your lungs.
That's alarming.
No.
So I think if he can beat all of that.
When is it? When is the fight?
Jake,
soon, no?
Well, Jake had a fight the other day. He fought like a Foot Locker manager.
Yeah, who was?
Yeah.
A Foot Locker
He
manager.
basically fought a guy. I'm not even joking. Nobody knew who this guy...
I didn't know who he was yet.
Even the guy's father was tweeting like, I didn't know my son was involved
really?
in this.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's like,
funny as.